And wonder of all wonders, the timing has never been better.
Truly.
For one of my Saturday Night Live favorites to be here. Currently in its 43rd season, Miss Cecily Strong is here.
Hi,
Cecily.
Andy.
How are you?
I'm so well.
Well, I mean, this
Hey,
is
Hunty.
Oh, hi, Hunty.
Hey, Hunty
this
for the
is
Munty.
really, really great timing because Erica. So Saturday night was in Connecticut with Mr. Cooper, and I'm looking on Twitter. He and I had a live show, and then we were in the car forever going to his house, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden, everything's about Erica Jane on my timeline, and I'm like, oh my God, they're doing. Oh, put on "Pretty Mess," by the way, by Erica Jane. They're putting. I'm like, are they doing Erica Jane on Erica Jane on SNL? And then the photos start coming in. So the sketch was Cecily. You'd say what the sketch was.
Well, it was.
And did you write it? And how did it come about?
I wrote it with James Anderson and Julio Torres.
Okay.
And we, as you know, because I email you so much, and I send you myself doing the Housewives.
Yeah.
So we play around and do the Housewives a lot at the show, and James always loved Erica, and we listen to her music all the time, and dance in wigs in James's office. So we finally decided, let's write one, because Larry David is an obvious.
Right. Yeah. Honestly,
it was just kind of, we'd talked about it for a couple of weeks and then went, let's just do it because we enjoy it.
And so the premise was that Larry David.
Right. It's a very high powered lawyer who meets a woman and brings her into his kind of lawyer world. And she's gay famous.
Right. She's gay famous. She is like, can you say fag hag anymore, John? John, can gay people?
You cannot.
Oh, you can't say fag hag anymore. All right.
Well, you can.
Oh, well, no, but I mean.
We changed it to kitty ambassador.
Kitty ambassador. I love it. That's amazing.
That's the new term.
So she is saying to all these lawyers, Hunty, like
yes,
all.
And we almost couldn't say Hunty.
You're kidding me.
And I kept saying, well, talk to
What?
Tyler Perry about that because Medea says.
Oh, well, if
good morning.
Medea says Hunty.
Exactly. And the kids watch Medea.
Right. Yes, exactly. No,
So that
that's
was
true. But it
I
was
saw
so.
Boo 2 in the theater.
So how did you get it? So at the table read, because for people, the good thing about this sketch was if you don't have to watch The Housewives to understand it. It's kind of an added wink if you do.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's a
There were
funny
a lot of
premise.
winks in that scene.
A lot. There was a funny premise.
Right. And I think Larry enjoyed. We added in even more lingo for him because he enjoyed it so much.
He clearly did. And did you tell Larry David, this is based on this woman from the Housewives?
We did eventually, yeah. But we didn't want to, we don't want anyone to be stuck in that. That's why we also didn't name her Erica. So we could take artistic liberties and then nobody would feel like it wasn't for them if they didn't watch Housewives or didn't know it. But for all of us who do know.
Yeah. I was stunned, by the way, not only by how much you looked like her, but you really sounded like. I mean, it was so funny. We have a clip of you singing when you get up to sing the song, which sounds like expensive. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's hear that.
Boys in high heels getting higher and higher. Queens getting snatched cause their drag's uninspired. Attention and crazy, it just drives me crazy. I only work for the Munty Hunty.
So what is this song about?
What is it about? Are you listening? It's like when you're walking into the club and the A-list queens and tweaks are up front with the Molly crowd. And in the back you have your trolls and the lowest of queens, just haters looking for problems. But she doesn't do it for the approval. No. She does it for the Munty and the Givenchy Hunty.
I mean, it's so amazing. So I texted Erica last night.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't get to see it until, excuse me, I got back in the city early evening. And I texted her, I said, SNL, I mean, kind of incredible, right? I said, what did Tom say? Because I really wanted to know what her husband thought.
Oh, good question.
She said, all caps, he loved it, with a bunch of emojis. I said, awesome. I said, Cecily's on my radio show tomorrow morning. She said, I'll be sure to listen. She said, whatever it is, I am glad. She said, tell her hi and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Erica Jane.
It's so funny. That's so funny. So, you have cornered the market on SNL. I love the woman that you play. I can't remember her name, who is the obnoxious kind of Australian singer.
Essex, Gemma.
Gemma, yes. Yeah. You have cornered the market on women with odd accents who are like glamazons. It's something that you do really well.
I love a glamorous woman.
You do love a glamorous woman.
Yeah.
And then your Melania, I absolutely love. But again, I was watching, I was like, it's another woman with an exotic accent who's very glamorous.
Right. Anybody that's like, looks like at some point there could be drag queens based on her.
Right.
I love her.
Yeah.
And I want to play her.
You've done Melania a bunch. You are the in-house Melania at this point, right?
I don't want to jinx anything.
Yeah, right.
Am, as of now, yes.
Yes. Well, that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good place to be. Because a lot more to come, obviously.
She's always giving us little hidden treats.
Melania.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And she's so easy. I was hoping that there was going to, I may have emailed you this. I was hoping there was going to be a Ivana.
You did email.
Yes. I wanted there so bad to be an Ivana, Ivanka, Melania reunion show, catfight of some kind, because I was so up in arms and excited about Ivana saying I'm the first lady. Like, it's so funny.
She's great.
Have you done Ivana?
No, I never have. It was just such a treat that she put herself in the news so much.
It was a treat. That was incredible. So are you, do you watch all the Housewives?
For the most part. I haven't gotten as much into the like overseas.
Dallas.
No, I love Dallas.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Well, you remember we did Watch What Happens Live with Leanne.
Oh, wait, were you on with Leanne?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Wow, that's a prime spot right there.
I met, what's her fiance's name?
Oh, Rich.
Rich.
Yes.
He was there. He gave me an FBI shirt.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He brought swag to the show.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's exciting. So you met, so you like Dallas.
She's a good Southern
Season
lady.
2 Dallas is much improved, don't you think? Yeah. Do you watch Atlanta?
I haven't watched.
Okay, it just started last night.
I know.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that.
Are you watching Jersey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
How do you feel about Margaret?
She's
Pigtails? Yeah.
I guess I don't. I'm not all the way caught up. Too soon to tell for me.
Okay. OC?
OC, love OC.
Love OC. Rough season, though, no?
Yeah.
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 But Iceland kind of brought it all together.
Iceland was good.
Did you see Vicky with the blanket over her?
Yes,
that was
of course.
Kind of amazing, right?
Yeah, it was like a flashback to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
How many years have you been on SNL?
This is my 6th now.
This is your 6th year.
I know.
Isn't it incredible that over the last kind of 3 years, it's getting the highest ratings it's ever gotten. I feel like there was a time, maybe when you joined, that it was, in one of those rare moments where it was like, I don't want to say plateauing, but just kind of, swimming along.
Sure.
So, do you feel the energy, and do you feel the extra eyeballs and extra pressure on the show?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, and Lauren always says this, during election years, it always becomes very,
right.
It get all of a sudden, that's why it's like it plateaus, and then it's every 4 years, everybody watches it again. But it definitely felt a bit heavier almost last year.
Do you feel like, there's an article today in the Times analyzing how SNL was Saturday night. There's with more eyeballs comes more criticism and more judgment about, was this sketch great, whatever. They do sketch by sketch reviews on some of the websites now. Do you pay attention to that stuff?
No, I don't think you can. I think it's almost silly to review a weekly sketch show like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, some scenes are about farts.
Right.
And the New York Times is going to go like analyze farts. Just seems silly.
Right.
That's
Right.
its own sketch.
Yes, right.
And
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
You know,
That
it
is.
changes every week, and there'll be a lot of things you don't remember, and then that's the nature of the show.
Do you feel, is your mood dictated by whether you get something on the air that week? I mean, it would seem more natural to feel better after a show that you were in more than one that you weren't.
Definitely. I mean, we all live under this bizarre microscope and in this weird vacuum where these little things that would never matter anywhere else in the universe are all of a sudden
It's like
a huge
you're in
deal to
high
us.
school or
Yes.
something worse. in a weird way. Yeah.
And it's hard to it's nice to get our weeks off to remember what it is to be a sane, thinking human being again.
Right,
Like, oh,
right.
that shouldn't bother me.
Right. So you do. I mean, it's natural,
Yeah.
right? And is that something that you talk about with your castmates,
Therapist?
with your therapist? But I mean, is that something you talk about? But you kind of can't, because you could be talking to someone who's
Right.
in the show a lot that week, and then the next week you're in the show a
Right.
lot.
Well, the nice thing is everybody sort of understands.
Understands,
We're all
right.
living in that same universe. Mm-hmm. And so everybody knows, it's a bummer when something gets cut or something doesn't go, and we try to keep each other positive.
Yeah. When you have your meeting, when you pitch the idea, is that on Tuesday nights?
That's today.
That's
Mondays.
today.
Yeah.
So you come in, and your host next week is who?
It's Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Okay.
It's very
so that's going to be
exciting.
great.
Yeah.
So you have your meeting today with Tiffany Haddish, and you're pitching sketch. And what time is that meeting today?
I think we'll be called about 4:30.
Okay.
And it's never a set time.
Okay. So everyone just has to be there in the afternoon.
Right.
And are you sitting there in your office? Like, do you know what you're pitching today in that meeting?
I don't know yet. Sometimes I know.
But why do you not know? Shouldn't you?
Oh God, cut this.
Well, no, I mean, this is at 4
It's
today.
sort of different. Pitch is funny where sometimes you'll pitch what you're going to write, but a lot of times I usually figure that out more on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. So this is not the meeting that determines what gets written.
No.
Okay.
No.
This
This
is
is
the
really where we
meeting-
meet the host
Okay.
and sort of suss them out. And
Okay,
see what
and the
makes
host
them
says,
laugh
I
and-
would do that, I wouldn't, I want to do drag, I don't want to, whatever it is.
Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times they don't say anything. You're really just seeing what are they laughing at? What do they sound like? What's
Got
their
it.
energy?
Okay, so then you go from there, and then tomorrow night is writing night.
Yes.
Okay, so you go from there, and then you spend all day and all night tomorrow writing whatever you come up with.
Right.
And then when are those submitted?
Those you turn in about kind of Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning to Wednesday at noon-ish.
Okay. And then how are those reviewed? Is there a huge table read where all the sketches get
Yes,
read?
yes.
When is that?
And that's on Wednesday too. And not even, they have to pull a lot of the sketches first because we have a lot of writers.
Yeah.
And a lot of cast members. So we read 36 to 40 sketches on Wednesday.
How long does that take?
It takes a while. We do the first half and then we have a little intermission.
Okay.
And then we do the second half. And we're usually there. We're called at 2:30. And I usually get out after they have a meeting to choose. And I'm usually done by about 9 or 9:30.
So basically, you do the read throughs, and are people laughing extra in those read throughs, or is that a tough room when the read throughs are
it
happening?
It can be. My first year, I started with I sat next to Bill at the table.
Bill Hader.
And he was such a big laugher. And now I sit next to Keenan. I used to sit in between Keenan and Bobby, and they're
Are
really
there
great.
assigned seats?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But having them next to me sort of taught me how important it is to just be open and laugh, and it's a very supportive thing you can do because it's just not a competition, And if you're
but it is.
But it isn't really. It's
Okay.
sort of, if something doesn't work, I don't want to fight for it to
Right.
go if it's not good. I mean, that's only going to hurt me.
Right. I guess the point is you're already in the room. You are a cast member.
Right.
So let's let the cream rise to the top, because the better the show is, the better it is for all
and
of
it's
us.
fun to watch other people succeed. Heidi is a new cast member, and she did that really amazing update piece, and it was so fun watching her at the table
Right.
do that, and we all applauded, and it's nice to be
Oh.
like, welcome, now
Right.
you
got it. You
Yeah,
got one.
you got
This
it.
is
You
big.
figured it
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
And obviously, and that's a victory. And I'm sure Lauren is excited because he's like, good, we cast
Yeah.
someone good. This is great. They have something now. That's the key to the show.
Right.
So then who goes in the room after that read to decide? It's Lauren. Is it Steve Higgins in that room?
He's in there. It's the host. any of the hosts people.
Wow. So they're all in the room that decide what sketches get.
And head writers and producers. Wow. I don't know. I've never been in there.
Right, of course.
I don't think I'd even want to.
So then they come out and then they announce what sketches are getting written. And those sketches, or not getting written. Those
getting rewritten.
Getting rewritten for the show. And I'm assuming they pick... how many sketches are there? 15 or something that get chosen?
They usually do between 8 and 10 live sketches and 3 pre-tapes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. And then, but aren't there, in those 8 to 10 and 3, don't you usually understand that 1 or 2 of them are extra and could get cut?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So you find that out Wednesday night. Your fate is kind of for the week decided Wednesday night.
Sort of. But then you don't know necessarily what the cold open's going to be. You don't necessarily know what updates are going to be. So the show changes between Wednesday and Saturday. It changes so much.
So then if you don't, if Wednesday night you're not in anything, let's say, but you realize, okay, I could get pulled into any number of things. So then on Thursday and Friday, do you just go in and wait around to be called?
Oh, no. I would never.
What do you do?
You're on call. Usually that's when you do your laundry or clean your
Literally,
house.
you don't go in.
Yes. I mean, sometimes you have to go in for a costume fitting. You'll have to go in for a costume fitting for a pre-tape on Thursday. And Fridays we do our fitting for the show. But if you're not in the show, if you're just in the goodbyes, you don't need a fitting. But a lot of times they'll make sure you're in something. You'll be put into a scene or you'll be put into a pre-tape.
Got it.
Yeah. You may end up not being in anything after things are cut on Saturday.
Wow. So then if you're home doing laundry on Thursday, that's the I'm going to kill myself day.
No, it's actually when you're not, you want to kill yourself more on Saturday, I guess, than on Thursday when you're like, oh my, I'm free.
Right.
Clean clothes.
Yeah.
What a treat.
By the way, speaking of, are the clothes you wear in the goodbyes your own clothes, or do they tell you what to wear?
No, they don't tell us what to wear. A lot of people, it's your own clothes. Sometimes it's my own, but most of the time I go and I beg Tom to help me find clothes.
Tom Broker, who's great.
Yeah.
I saw him last night, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was at a premiere of Bridget Everett's new Amazon show, which is great, by the way, John. And she was there, and I saw Vanessa Bayer, who told me that she was in the audience Saturday night for the first time, seeing the show in the audience.
Crazy.
And wow, okay, so that's how it works. That's how it works.
But he doesn't. It's not. I think I was kind of I was told I could do that first year, and I definitely took advantage of that.
You were told
and
you
Tom
could do what?
Is very nice to me.
Oh, that Tom
kind of ask Tom, but it's not a thing he is obliged.
What does that mean? That he would pull clothes for you or find something?
That they find clothes for you. If there's something that you've worn in a scene that's cut, but you really liked the dress.
Yeah, I get it.
See if you can wear it.
And are the parties fun to you?
It depends. Sometimes
or again,
it's
is
like
it dependent on whether you have a sketch in the show?
That's true. Yeah, sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's who you're with. A lot of times I'm just so tired and I'd rather be on my couch with my pants off.
Do you
with my
ever,
dog.
what's the latest you've stayed at a party and what's the least time you've stayed at a party?
I don't know what the least time. I'll sit in my office. If I have friends there, I'll sit in my office and we'll hang out there. And I've stayed there till 4 or 5.
In your office?
In my office, yeah.
So do a lot of people not go to the office and just hang out? I mean, not go to the party and hang out in their office?
I feel like people start at the offices.
Yeah. So that's why, because I've been to a few of the parties, and I was there
early
when Ryan Gosling hosted. And if you're not in the cast, we just went to the party, and then you're there with like NBC people. Actually, Lauren got there fairly early to the party, so we were sitting with him. And then it just took forever for the cast to get there. I'm like, where are they? So they're hanging out in the office.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. So that's really where the fun is.
I guess so.
Right.
So I have a lot of fun there.
Yeah, of course.
I have a lot of fun friends.
Yeah, right. Of course.
Not a lot.
So if you have friends coming to the show, you bring them to the office, and that's where you hang out.
Yeah. Well, they sit in my dressing room normally during the show. And then afterwards, we can go up to my office, and I can show them sketches that were cut after dress or any funny rehearsal things. Yeah.
You had this sketch that was cut that both you and Jimmy told me about. I was there with Jimmy the night he hosted like a year and a half ago or something, a year ago. And it was kind of a Vanderpump Rule. It was a
mishmash.
It was a mishmash. It was about a couple in like a normal town,
Right.
who come back with their friends who now are on a reality
Who
show
are on
in
Kings
LA.
and Queens of Toluca Lake.
Kings and Queens of Toluca Lake.
Yeah.
And they become horrible people.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the best part, it was an excuse for us to wear that tape that pulls your face back. And it was so, we couldn't get through the rehearsals without laughing. I mean,
Right.
just like looking at Jimmy that way
Right.
with his blonde wig was so funny.
Right. It was amazing. Kings and Queens of Toluca Lake. And they were just terrible people.
And he had this little dog. And in rehearsals, it was a stuffed squirrel. The rehearsals were so much funnier to me. I had them send me a video of it so I could show friends just the rehearsals.
It was so amazing. It was really funny. When you look back on headlining the White House Correspondents' Dinner in 2015,
Oh, it feels so long
I was
ago,
going to say,
right?
that must seem, that was 2 years ago.
Different world.
2.5 years. I mean, it was a different world.
Mm-hmm.
But how were you completely nervous for that? Was that the thing? What is the event that you've done that you've been the most nervous for in your life? Was it an SNL thing? Was it that?
It would have to be that, I think. And they asked me in August, so I had like 9
You had,
months
yeah.
to doubt myself.
Right.
And
Oh, how fun.
so
Yeah.
I think actually by April, I was so like, well, now I'm bored doubting myself, so
Right.
let's just do it.
Yeah. Are you anchored Weekend Update on the show for 3 seasons?
No, just
Choose?
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just split up because
Okay.
Seth left in March.
When you look back on that, because it seems to me when you anchor Update, you're seen in a different way on the show. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. It's just as a fan of the show. It
Right.
seems like you're not in as many sketches maybe because you're the Update person. Was there something you preferred more?
Well, I definitely preferred sketches. And when it became clear that Weekend Update was going to need a lot of work and a lot of, and to really it was sort of like I can either dedicate myself.
Double down.
Right. And
Or
I
not.
kind of felt that's not what I want to do.
Because before SNL, you
I grew up doing theater forever, and then I was doing Second City for a year, and IO and improv and sketch.
Right.
And that was sort of, I enjoy that. I enjoy characters
Yeah.
much more than myself.
Right,
when it's
right,
me
right.
on Weekend Update.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. Knowing me, you understand.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, no, but knowing your characters.
Right,
I
right.
mean, your characters are so good, and one thing that I love about your characters is they are completely original things that you guys have come up with that are fun. I mean, Gemma.
Well, some based on
yes, exactly.
things I've seen.
Exactly. I know you take the most horrible aspects of things, and you're a Vanderpump Rules fan,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
That seems to be the show that the SNL cast overwhelmingly
Right.
watches if there had to be one, in my mind.
I guess so. I mean, I would say a good chunk of us watch Housewives too, though.
Well,
I
that's-
mean, after we read the sketch at the table, there were a couple of the girls in the writing staff, and everyone just coming, okay, Erica Jane.
Right.
It's like, oh, you got it. Great.
Right. Oh my God, your voice was so funny in that sketch.
Yeah,
I mean,
8008. Whenever I'm not like a huge impression person, but I watch those shows so much, and I think like during the season, I can latch on to them. I had a good Dorit for a while.
Oh, you're kidding? Can you try?
I don't know that I would have it now, having not watched her.
Okay.
She was sort of, just had that kind of like, girls, well, Erica, I brought you a pair of panties. But just that bizarre,
Yes.
I can't do it as well now. I used to have a good Yolanda. They all fall away when they're gone.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be seeing Beverly Hills will be in cycle sooner rather than
wait.
later. I just watched episode 2 the other day, and you will be.
How is it for you? Do you know what's going on as they're filming? Or
Yeah.
like how?
Yeah. For some of the shows, I get hot sheets, which tell me every day what happened.
I'm going to
It's
need to be on that email list.
I know. It's a good, I have to say, it's a good. And then, so I get hot sheets for New York and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really check in with the producers of OC and the rest pretty much every kind of 10 days and say what's happened, what's going on, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if things are really hot, I'll get pulled in or not. And then sometimes the wives will pull me in. And
Really?
say, you have no idea what's like,
Oh.
yeah. So it's a
Who's
whole...
pulled you in? Can you say?
Yeah, sure. Bethany, Radzi, Ramona, been pulled into Jersey stuff. Nene, just you sure.
Yeah.
Just like, you can't believe these bitches. Candy, spoken to Candy a lot this season on Atlanta. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Did she go
in
through
Atlanta.
it?
Every episode is an A+ of Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. I want to thank Cecily Strong. Thank you for being here. What a cool convo.
Always.
Love you.
Love you.
Saturday Night Live is in its 43rd rollicking and rocking season. Check it out on NBC. Thank you, Cecily Strong.
Thank you, Andy.